People seem to forget that you can love something and still criticize it. Like, you criticize the things that you love because you want them to be the best. You want them to improve as much as you can. And this right here is not something that they improved on. They just made it worse. They just made it more clunky for no reason. Right now, there's two big issues with Gunbreaker. One, the shit right here. Why do they feel the need to add continuation to every fucking goddamn ability? Why is Double Down a GCD? Why does it take 2 cartridges? Because it's called Double Down, Strummer. Okay, call it Crossfire. Call it literally anything else. Call it X-Strike, Crossfire, whatever. Don't call it that then. The fact that hypervelocity exists makes the job clunky for no reason. Let's talk about this shitty ability. Continuation. I understand people like it. I understand it's fun. But here's the problem with continuation. This is not busy. You know what this is? This is restrictive. There is a difference. Busy means like Dark Knight with Edge of Shadow, Shadowbringer, Abyssal Drain, Salted Earth. That's busy. Restrictive means that you are forced into using this, and this inhibits you from using defensive cooldowns and other things. The fact that there is a tank that has off GCDs that purposely are restrictive for no reason is really fucking annoying and bad design in my opinion. The one good thing about Burst Strike currently is that there is no continuation. However, you're going to be ready to blast in Endwalker. Continuation is worse than Dark Arts, because at least Dark Arts wasn't forced. It was just busy. This is restrictive and forced. Continuation is just shit. You're a fucking tank. You need to use your defensives. Right now, you can Burst Strike and then double weave defensives. But in Endwalker, you're not going to be able to do that anymore. Now you have to blast. Use it or lose it, baby. So this is bad. I don't like this at all. Another thing I do not like is Double Down. This is the most filler bullshit I'm pretty sure I've ever seen. There's no fucking reason why this should be a GCD and should take 2 cartridges. Because this is a GCD and takes 2 cartridges, it fucks everything up. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Currently, this is the No Mercy Bloodfest rotation I have. You'll notice right here that I actually use No Mercy after my Gnashing Fang. Do you know why that is? The reason why is because there's too many GCDs. You can get 9 GCDs in No Mercy. There's too many GCDs here for you to get every Burst Strike and Gnashing Fang. Burst Strike, according to these tooltips, is higher potency. So you have to make a choice. You can either use your No Mercy before your Gnashing Fang. However, if you do, you will not get in this Burst Strike in continuation. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is Double Down because I don't have the tooltip. 6, 7, 8, 9. You are left with this one outside. However, because Burst Strike is more damage, you need to first use Gnashing Fang. They need to increase the duration of No Mercy by like 5 seconds or something. There's not enough time to get in your entire burst during a No Mercy Bloodfest. There's just not enough GCDs. You only get 9 here and you need 10. This right here is a problem. Now, if you look at this ability right here, this continuation is not going to be under this. Your No Mercy is going to fall off before this continuation. You need faster skill speed. You need like 2.38, 2.37 to make this happen. Or you can move either Double Down or you can move Sonic Break to the ass end of this. If you do this, you will be able to get this in and you with just a normal GCD like 2.40, 2.41. However, it won't be under raid buffs. So you go into this with 3 ammo. Okay, now you're down to 2. You go this whole fucking thing without using Double Down. You can use Double Down. It's fine if you want, you know, whatever. So now you're back up to 3 because a solid barrel gives you 3. So now you're down to 1 because this takes 2. So now you're down to 0. So you use this and you're back up to 3. So now you're back down to 2, back down to 1, 0. The fact that you have to use Gnashing Fang before No Mercy is kind of stupid. And the fact that No Mercy doesn't take into consideration the continuation is also stupid. All right, so I don't like No Mercy being only 20 seconds. So your typical No Mercy window will look something like this. So you're going to go in with 3 here. You pop No Mercy, now you're down to 2. This, of course, is Double Down right here, so now you're down to 0. You are back up to 1 right there, and now you're down to 0. And then you end with a Keen Edge. So basically you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You end with this keen edge because you want your no mercy to affect your continuation. See, this is another issue, is that now that Burst Strike has a continuation, you can no longer end your no mercy with continuation unless you have X amount of skill speed. They should have left Bloodfest at 2. Yes, exactly. I talked about all of this to just simply prove my point. Here is my point. Double Down should be off GCD, and it should not require any cartridges, and they shouldn't have increased the cartridges. Making Double Down cost 2 cartridges and on the GCD, it kind of just fucks things up. It's not a complete disaster, but it could have been literally the same as it is now, except for better. I feel like that they added cartridges just to give you the illusion that the job actually changed for the better. Because in the expansion, they were like, oh man, what can we do to fucking Gunbreaker to make it, yeah, we're expanding on the job. Let's give it 3 cartridges. Why does it need 3 cartridges? All it does is fuck up some of the rotation. Why does Double Down have to cost 2 cartridges? Here's the biggest thing. You will never use this ability outside of No Mercy. Why would you put another ability that you never use outside of No Mercy? So Gunbreaker got yet another ability that's literally just button bloat. This ability is gonna sit on your fucking hotbar just taking up space. This is not a good ability. You're gonna use this ability once every minute. That's it. Only in your fucking No Mercy window. What a shitty way to increase the damage of a job. So great, I have this one single ability that I only use 1 time every minute. That's so stupid to me, man. It's already bad enough that I have this ability. This is super underwhelming, that I only use once a minute under No Mercy. And then I have this other ability right here. So now I have 3 fucking abilities that are just sitting on my hotbar on a job that already has too many buttons. It just doesn't make sense to me. If you're gonna increase the damage of a job, that's fine. If you want to add more GCD or more off GCDs, that's fine. I get it. But you only use it 1 time every minute, and you add another one. It's just a very lazy way to increase damage. I just think that this is bad design, in my opinion. Watch, I bet they're gonna add, next expansion, they're gonna add continuation to Keen Strike and Brutal Shell, and it's gonna be like Dark Knight was in Stormblood all over again, except for it's gonna be worse because you're gonna have to go GCD continuation, GCD continuation, you're literally gonna spam continuation after every single fucking GCD. They're gonna add continuation to Solid Barrel, Keen Strike. The damage difference between Gunbreaker and the lowest damage class is not that high, but you look at Warrior and you have so much less abilities and you do very similar damage to Gunbreaker and you do 2 or 3 times the amount of work. I just can't get behind them adding continuation to every ability because continuation is very restrictive. It's not busy. Don't confuse busy with restrictive. Restrictive means that you're forced into using this and it prevents you from using your core abilities as a tank, which is utility and defensive cooldowns. This is dumb. The fact that you have to use continuation after Burst Strike is stupid. Dude, I'm sorry, man. It's just not my thing. It doesn't make sense that a tank would have this. It just doesn't make sense. But Bloodfest giving 3 cartridges, they obviously didn't think about the 3 cartridges affecting the duration of No Mercy. They didn't think about Double Down costing 2 cartridges being an issue. They made Gunbreaker more clunky and awkward. This also is not ping friendly either. The saving grace of this entire fucking job right now is Heart of Corundum. Heart of Corundum is fucking crazy good. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's an amazing ability. But as far as the DPS rotation of Gunbreaker, I think it's clunky for no reason. I think they fucked it up. I think that they did not playtest having 3 cartridges with Double Down and No Mercy. Or if they did, they sure as fuck didn't do the Bloodfest No Mercy window. I also think that if they playtested this, they didn't try to move the boss while hitting a defensive and using Burst Strike at the same time. Moving the boss with continuation is a fucking bitch. Now it's going to be harder, and I'm not a fan of that. Now, in addition to every 30 seconds, you have this dumbass fucking continuation combo. Now, in addition to that, you also have it on Burst Strike too. It's almost like continuation is a fucking disease, and it's affecting all of the other Gunbreaker GCDs. That's what I think about it. Dude, I swear to God, you're going to have continuation after Sonic Break. You're going to have continuation after Keen Edge. It's going to keep spreading and spreading. It's like the herp. It just keeps giving and giving. Now, is it fun? Yeah, I have fun with it. I actually like Gunbreaker a lot. I do. I really do. That's why I'm so adamant about the changes here. People seem to forget that you can love something and still criticize it. Like, you criticize the things that you love because you want them to be the best. You want them to improve as much as you can. And this right here is not something that they improved on. They just made it worse. They just made it more clunky for no reason. If they wanted to do double down, then they should have just got rid of Sonic Break. I just don't understand why you have 3 abilities that you only use during No Mercy. I just don't understand it, man. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm still going to level this. I am still looking forward to the job, but what I'm not looking forward to is the clunkiness that I think that this job is going to have. Again, I could be completely fucking wrong. I'm just trying to visualize it. I'm trying to imagine myself playing this job in Endwalker, and it's not looking good. I knew it was going to be fucking annoying when people saw this ability and the only thing that they thought about was this. This is the only thing they thought about. They saw that 1200 potency number, and you know, there's the meme, right? The dumb American meme. All of you that saw that potency number and got excited, regardless if you were American or not, you were a stereotypical dumb Texan in that moment. Big number, brother. That's all you cared about, was the big number. Bigger, the better. In that single moment, you were Texan. Yeehaw. Because this number means nothing. If you take the potency of a burst strike, which is 400, and add it to hypervelocity, it's just 2 burst strikes. That's all it is. It's just in a single GCD instead of 2. It's not even like that fucking big. And I knew that when people saw this potency, they were going to fucking be brain damaged. This was the only thing they were going to focus on. They weren't going to focus on the fact that it cost 2 cartridges. They weren't going to be focused on the fact that it's a weapon skill. They weren't going to be focused on the fact that you only use it once a minute. All they were going to be focused on was this number right here, because they're fucking stupid. Here's another thing too. For a vast majority of the fight, you're going to be constantly holding on to 1 cartridge. So if that's the case, then why even have the extra cartridge? It doesn't make sense. It's not like you're going to spam burst strikes on cooldown anymore. You're going to have to build up, and you can't use that last one. You're only going to use a burst strike if you're about to cap, right? Well, it's going to take you longer to build up 3. So you're constantly going to be holding 1 in the chamber. What's the difference of constantly holding 1 in the chamber versus making double down only costs 1? I don't think there's any difference. Like, I'm trying not to be a buzzkill here. I just kind of think that they scuffed Gunbreaker. I think they fucked it up. I think that these are amateur changes. Like, they didn't think about the duration of No Mercy. They didn't think about Bloodfest and the number of cartridges. They didn't think about adding continuation after hypervelocity, because the duration of No Mercy is going to fall off before your last continuation. It's either that or you use Sonic Break last, but then it's not under raid buffs. It's just fucking annoying, man. It's just really fucking annoying. This is just a gaggle fuck of bullshit. I'm talking about it again because some people seem to not understand the problem, the continuation, okay? Because they're on copium. My issue with continuation is not the concept. I think the concept of continuation is kind of cool, actually. It's the implementation, okay? Here is the way that it's implemented. Continuation is implemented in a really stupid fucking way, because it's implemented in a way that the animation is spread across a GCD and an off GCD. So this is why that you have to use Jugular Rip right after Gnashing Fang. Is because Jugular Rip kind of goes with Gnashing Fang, right? The same thing with, like, you know, Savage Claw and Abdomen Tear and Wicked Talon and Eye Gouge, okay? So here's my issue. What if instead of that, you just got like stacks of continuation, okay? Let's say you got 3 stacks. You know, let's say the stacks last for like 15 seconds, okay? My point here is that you could go Gnashing Fang and then double weave like anything. You don't have to use continuation. And then you do Wicked Talon or Savage Claw. And then you could use 1 continuation, or you could use like an off GCD. Defensive, and then you could use Wicked Talon, and then you could do 2 more defensives, and then you could do like Keen Edge and then spin another continuation. Why does Gnashing Fang and continuation have to go together? All that does is make the job clunky. Wouldn't it be much cooler if continuation looked like Blasting Zone? Look how much cooler that looks anyway, right? What if the animation of continuation was just Blasting Zone? So this way you wouldn't have this dumbass like RP lore shit where your Gnashing Fang pairs up with your Jugular Rip. You can literally pair up continuation with any single fucking ability. Also, this should have range, because like, look at Blasting Zone, dude. Look at that shit. If Blasting Zone's animation was continuation, you could actually put like 7 yalms or something if you really wanted to, right? Like, what is the downside to that? And for all the people that are like, but the animation, okay, no one fucking waits for the animation to go off anyway. Like, if you're trying to play your job like correctly, you're not waiting for this animation to go off anyway. So don't give me any of that. Oh, but it makes sense because the animation. Shut the fuck up. Continuation should just be a universal off GCD that looks like, I don't know, like Blasting Zone's like one example that they don't have to use Blasting Zone. They could use another, or they could just make one up. But basically, they created 3 separate off GCD animations that you like rarely even fucking see. That's my problem with continuation. I don't care that it's an off GCD. I think that the concept of continuation and gnashing thing is fine. I think it's cool. It's the way that it's implemented is bad. It's forced. I don't feel like that you should force something like this on a job for absolutely no reason. And I don't believe there's a good reason. But anyway, I feel like I've ranted way too long about this. So anyway, the TLDR on all this shit, I feel like they need to increase the duration of No Mercy. They increase the duration of No Mercy, you'll be able to get in your Bloodfest, your Hypervelocity, and your Double Down with all of your other fucking GCDs. So the increased duration here, maybe 25 seconds. That way you get everything in. Maybe lower the potency. So instead of 20%, maybe it's 15. The numbers aren't my thing. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head what would be fair. Whatever would be fair. Obviously, play test it, but make it fair. But what does need to happen is this fucking duration right here needs to be like 25 seconds. I mean, I would say it doesn't need to be 25 seconds. It needs to be like 23 and a half. But you're not going to have 23 and a half. If that's the case, just make it 25. Fuck it. If they change No Mercy to 25 seconds, so you'd get 11 GCDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you would fit your entire burst. Let's just see the No Mercy rotation. Let's see what it would look like. So 1, 2, 3. This is double down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, obviously, instead of using this here, okay, you can back this up to here. So now you get this burst strike here too. So now it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You see how this works out? This continuation will miss the window, yes. So you would have to do some funky shit where you do like, I don't know, like that or something. I don't know. Look, man, I'm looking for a Band-Aid fix. I'm not looking for perfect, all right? They've already committed to this 3 cartridges, 2 cartridge, double down bullshit, okay? I'm not looking for another rework, okay? They've already fucked everything up. I'm only looking for a Band-Aid fix. This is like the TLDR of the TLDR. Simply increase this duration, and I think things will be better. Too bad no one talked about it with Yoshi P in the media tour. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I gave the game criticisms, and I asked him questions. Basically, I was super hyped to meet him, but at the same time, I treated him as a person. I didn't put him on a pedestal. I also told him the fuck-ups in the game. And that's probably why I wasn't invited this year.